Why did Hitler kill Jews? It's a haunting question, one that has echoed through time, in classrooms, in documentaries, and in the silent spaces between history books and memory. And today, we're going to explore the layers behind this question, not to justify, not to sensationalize, but to understand the twisted logic, fear, and propaganda that led to one of the darkest crimes humanity has ever known, the Holocaust. Let's begin. Imagine Germany in 1918. World War I has just ended. The German Empire lies in ruins. People are hungry. Jobs are gone. The Treaty of Versailles has forced Germany to pay enormous reparations. Pride has turned into shame. And in the midst of this chaos, a seed of hate begins to grow. That seed is antisemitism, the hatred of Jews. But here's the thing, antisemitism wasn't new. Jews had faced prejudice in Europe for centuries. They were blamed for plagues, for economic problems, for being different. In many countries, they were forced to live separately, denied basic rights, and treated as outsiders. Now imagine someone using that ancient prejudice and turning it into a powerful political weapon. That someone was Adolf Hitler. Hitler was not born a monster. He was born in 1889 in Austria. He was a struggling artist, a soldier during World War I. But after the war, something changed in him. He became bitter, angry, and obsessed with finding someone to blame for Germany's defeat. And in his mind, the enemy was clear, the Jews. But why the Jews? Hitler believed in a dangerous idea, racial purity. He divided people into superior and inferior races. According to him, the Germanic or Aryan race was the master race, and Jews, he saw them not as a religion or a culture, but as a threat, a race that had to be removed. This idea wasn't just hateful, it was deadly. In 1925, Hitler published a book called Mein Kampf, My Struggle. In it, he laid out his twisted beliefs. He wrote that Jews were behind communism, capitalism, and even Germany's
Life is short. One day is good, one day is bad. One day is for you, one day is against you. My brothers, my sisters, believe in Allah. If you have a relation with Allah, the good day is Alhamdulillah. The bad day is also Alhamdulillah.
It turned into law. First came the boycotts of Jewish businesses. Then Jewish teachers, doctors, and lawyers lost their jobs. Then Jewish children were kicked out of schools. In 1935, the Nuremberg laws were passed. These laws stripped Jews of their citizenship. They could no longer marry non-Jews. They were now second-class, or no-class, citizens. The plan was unfolding. But it wasn't just about making Jews uncomfortable. Hitler wanted them gone. Some Jews tried to flee, but the world closed its doors. Countries like the US and Britain limited immigration. They feared economic strain, or simply didn't care enough. And Hitler, he took that silence as permission. Then came 1938, Kristallnacht, the night of broken glass. Jewish synagogues, schools, homes, and businesses were burned. Thousands were arrested, hundreds killed. The world saw what was coming, but still remained silent. And then came the war. In 1939, Hitler invaded Poland. World War II began, and with war came opportunity to carry out what he called the final solution. This wasn't just persecution anymore. It was extermination. Jews were forced into ghettos, crowded, filthy, and walled-off parts of cities. Then they were rounded up, put on trains, and sent to concentration camps and death camps. Places like Auschwitz, Treblinka, and Sobibor. These weren't just prisons. They were factories of death, gas chambers, mass graves, systematic murder. 6 million Jews were killed. Let that number sink in. 6 million. That's entire families.
Life is short.
Clutching their mothers.
One day is good, one day is bad. One day is for you, one day is against you. My brothers, my sisters, believe in Allah. If you have a relation with Allah, the good day is Alhamdulillah. The bad day is also Alhamdulillah.
Nazi soldiers, SS officers, collaborators across Europe, even neighbors who turned to neighbors, and many more who looked the other way. So again, why did Hitler kill Jews? Because he believed the world would let him. And for a time, it did. His ideology was built on fear, on lies, on turning people's anger into hatred. and using that hatred to fuel a political machine. He didn't just hate Jews. He needed people to hate Jews. Because hate unites. It distracts. It's a tool. And Hitler? He was a master manipulator of emotions. But here's the most important part of this story. The Holocaust didn't begin with gas chambers. It began with words, with propaganda, with books, with speeches, with posters that dehumanized a group of people. It began when people stopped seeing Jews as neighbors and started seeing them as the other. That's the real warning of history. Because hate doesn't need a dictator to thrive. It only needs silence. Today, the world says never again. But that promise isn't magic. It's a responsibility. We must remember what happened. We must teach it, speak about it, write about it, challenge hate wherever it grows, even when it whispers. Because history doesn't repeat itself, but can rhyme. So if you're wondering why Hitler killed Jews, remember this. He didn't do it alone. He did it with the help of millions, and the silence of millions more. Let that be a lesson, not just of horror, but of hope.